Angie, I can hear the baby cry from here. Can you not make him quiet already?
I'm sorry, Jenna. He's been very cranky.
Why haven't you figured out how to stop your baby from crying? He cries all day. I should have kicked you out of the annex when Corey left for his assignment in Europe.
I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best.
Ugh, you're so dumb. Also, you haven't been cleaning the house well since you had your baby. Your cooking is also boring now. You shouldn't be slacking off on your chores.
Sorry, but it's very hard taking care of the baby and doing all the chores. Without Corey, I have to take care of the baby on my own, so I don't have enough time.
I wasn't asking how hard your life is, was I?
Can you please help with the chores just for a little while? Please?
Hell no. You and Corey handle everything around the house, while I let you live in the annex. That was the deal. Why do I have to do anything to help you?
I can't do everything on my own, Jenna.
Yeah, right. You're just being lazy because your husband is not around.
That's not true. Don't you get it? I'm raising my first child on my own. I haven't even had the time to rest my body after having him.
Stop making up excuses. I will not allow any laziness in my house. I don't care if you just had your baby or not.
Fine. I will handle the chores. But please don't get angry if the baby cries.
I usually don't mind my family's baby crying, but yours? Ugh. Your baby crying is just annoying.
But my son is also your family?
I can't think of him as one, because he is yours. I don't even find him cute.
What?
So don't make him cry. I'm losing my mind listening to him scream all day. Next time I hear him cry inside the house, I am going to ask you to leave the building.
Jenna, I didn't know you don't recognize us as family.
Why would I? You are worthless.
Why did you let us live in the annex in the first place then?
It's simple. Because you work for a big firm.
Huh?
Your pay is quite good, isn't it? Added with Corey's salary, that's a lot of income.
Well, higher than average, I guess.
So I thought my life would become easier if I let you live here. You two would pay for everything and handle all the chores. That's the only reason why I said yes.
I see. If I didn't work for a big firm, you wouldn't have agreed for us to live here. Is that what you're saying?
Duh. But then Corey had to leave to Europe for his long-term assignment. And now I'm stuck with you and the baby. This wasn't part of my plan. I will have you pay every penny for making me go through this stress. Angie, what are you doing now? Are you home?
Yes. I'm done with cleaning soon.
Perfect then. Can you clean the guest room as well? Make sure to open the windows to let fresh air into that room. You will also need to change to fresh bed sheets.
Are you having a guest over?
My daughter is coming.
Emily is? Okay then. I will clean the guest room. How long will she be here?
She's not visiting. She's going to live with me. I only have the guest room available right now, so she will have to stay there for the time being.
Wait, what do you mean she's living with you?
She got a divorce recently, so she is coming back.
A divorce?
Things weren't going well with her ex-husband.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they got along well.
I guess we only see the surface of a relationship. Apparently they haven't spoken in over a year, and she was being bullied by her mother-in-law.
I see. It must have been hard for her.
I guess so, but it's all good. She should be getting loads of money from the divorce. Rather than continuing with the difficult marriage, she gets money. And freedom at the same time. Isn't that great?
Has she gotten that much money?
Yes, she should have. Her ex-father-in-law runs a company. And they also own a giant estate in California.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Their house is like a castle. And Emily's ex also runs several companies, so he is loaded.
Wow.
They didn't sign any prenuptials when they got married, so she should have gotten enough money via divisions. I wouldn't mind getting a divorce at all if I were her.
They are real celebrities. I can't even imagine the kind of money she's gotten.
I bet it's a lot. Like millions.
Millions?
It's not just one company he owns. Plus, he has properties. Maybe she got enough to get by for generations.
If it were millions, perhaps. But if she has that much, how come she's living with you?
What? What the hell do you want to say?
I just thought it's odd for her to live with you when she has enough money to get by on her own. I mean, if she has that much, she can get a house easily. Why has she decided to come live with you?
Because she is sweet and wants to take care of her elderly mother. She has always been since she was a child.
Just to confirm, she's not living with you temporarily. She's actually going to stay here for good?
Yes. I am happy I am able to live with my daughter again. This life with my annoying daughter-in-law has been so suffocating.
Right.
What? Do you have a problem?
No, I don't. I just find it very sudden.
So? What's the big deal if a daughter decides to live with her mother?
Nothing.
I bet living with her is even better than living with Corey. We share the same values, so we get along.
Yes, I know you two are close.
So much better than spending time with you. Anyway, so that's what's happening. Make sure you are not rude to Emily. She had a rough time with her divorce, so she needs to be treated with care.
Okay.
You might be older than her, but you will not act bossy to her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perhaps I will ask her to remodel the house when she's back. I'm sure she has enough money to take care of it. Oh, I'm so happy she will be here soon.
I'm happy for you.
She said she will be here by next week, so have the room ready for her and make sure the room is spotless.
Hi, Jenna. Do you know if the lock of the front door is broken? I can't open the door with my keys.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, just now. The clinic was very crowded.
Oh.
So about the keys. Do you know why they won't open?
Why? Because you are not welcomed in this house anymore.
Huh?
Emily is coming home tomorrow, so you are no longer needed here.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about?
I'm saying you don't belong here anymore. I gathered your stuff, so take them and go. They are in the shed in the garage.
You can't be serious. I knew you didn't want me here, but you can't just kick me out all of a sudden. Where am I supposed to go?
Well, boo-hoo, I'm sorry. But my daughter is coming back tomorrow. She will need a place to live.
So I prepared the guest room for her.
She can't stay in that tiny room forever. She needs more space if she is staying. You can tell Corey we decided not to live together anymore. As long as I have Emily, I don't need you to.
Fine, I understand.
You do? That's great! I can finally get rid of you and live elegantly with my rich daughter.
Live elegantly? I really don't think that will happen.
Funny. I didn't know you can be so jealous.
No, I'm not. I just believe that things won't go as you wish.
What the hell are you talking about? Ugh, you're so annoying. Always have been and always will be. I am done with you already. Can't you just go?
I will go immediately. But no matter what happens from here on, don't think Corey or I would help you in any way. Not after you've kicked me and my son out like this. We refuse to be involved with you in any kind of way.
Me ask for help? There is no way. And don't you ever come asking for money to me or my daughter.
Of course not. And you probably won't end up with money anyway. As you wish, I'm leaving now. Goodbye, Jenna.
Angie, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, what is it, Jenna? I thought we agreed not to be involved with each other anymore.
Well, things have changed. I have a favor to ask.
No.
I haven't even asked yet. I'm desperate here.
You said you were done with me. Don't you remember saying that when Emily was moving in with you?
About that, we have an issue.
So you didn't get what you wanted after all. Emily didn't have any money, did she? See, I told you things weren't going to go as you wish.
Did you know?
I've heard rumors.
She got kicked out with nothing. We don't have any money.
So I've heard. That's so unfortunate.
It really is. It's ridiculous. They have so much money and yet don't give her a penny. We have to sue them. This is not fair.
I see. Good luck.
Don't be such a stranger. You have to help. We want to hire a lawyer.
I will pass. I don't want to waste my money.
Waste? We are doing this to gain money.
Even if that was so, there's nothing Corey and I can do to help. Bye.
Oh, wait. Once we win money from them, we will give you your share. So you need to pay for the lawyer.
Hell no. You won't get any money.
Of course we will. Do you know how much they have?
Jenna, let me ask you. Do you even know why Emily got kicked out without a penny?
Not really. I asked her, but she won't tell me.
Because the divorce was her fault.
Her fault?
Emily was the reason for everything. She was abusing her ill mother-in-law.
Huh?
Read again. She was abusing her mother-in-law.
What the hell are you talking about? She was the one being bullied. That's what she told me.
She probably lied to you so you would take her in. Her mother-in-law has Alzheimer's. Emily was beating her and giving her rotten food behind her husband's back, and was using up his money to spoil herself.
That can't be. She would never do anything like that.
It's true. They have proof. Her mother-in-law ended up in the hospital.
What proof?
Her husband became suspicious of why his mother was always bruised, so he set up surveillance cameras in the house. It captured Emily physically abusing her. Her husband kicked her out as soon as he found out.
No, that's why she didn't get anything?
Yep.
But still, there should be divisions.
I'm sure that's usually the case in any divorce, but it looks like Emily had to agree not to get anything.
What? Why?
Because he was going to report her to the police. They agreed that she will not receive anything in exchange of him not reporting her to the police. That was the deal.
Police? He's overreacting, isn't he? I'm sure she was just playing around with her, right?
Playing around? Jenna, I said her mother-in-law was hospitalized and bruised. Emily was violently abusing her. She can easily be charged with assault.
It could have been because the lady was clumsy and just fell.
No, it was Emily. She also had food poisoning. Because Emily was giving her rotten garbage to eat. Don't you see it could have killed an ill and weak person like her?
This is all a lie. I don't believe any of it.
Her husband was outraged, but he was nice enough to settle. On top of not reporting her to the police, he also agreed not to sue her. She only had to agree not to receive any divisions.
Oh God, no. Will she really not get anything then?
Probably not.
What has she done? She has made me look like a fool.
You got excited a bit too quickly there. So now you know why we will not be helping you. Good luck if you still want to pursue them for some cash. But I wouldn't recommend it if you want to keep your daughter out of jail.
She never told me anything. She only said she wanted to be with me after going through her divorce. I had no idea she had done something so stupid. I wouldn't have agreed to live with her if I knew she had no money.
Too bad you can't have that elegant life you hoped for. Well, good luck living with her.
No, I don't want to live with her anymore. I've been paying for everything since she'd been here. If she has nothing, then she is just a burden to me.
Oh? She is just like you, though. You bullied me all along. Made us pay for everything while we were living the annex. I'm sure you two will get along.
When did I ever bully you? Don't be silly.
Excuse me? You began to insult me the moment Corey left for Europe. You said you don't consider me and my newborn son a part of your family and kicked us out ruthlessly. You don't think that is bullying?
Well, that was, I was just playing around with you.
Cut your crap, Jenna. You called me dumb, useless, worthless. The list goes on forever.
I admit I went a little overboard. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of it.
Thank you for apologizing. I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, so we're good? Will you come back and take care of your elderly mother-in-law? I will ask Emily to leave immediately.
No. Corey and I have made a decision a while ago to cut all ties with you.
Why? I need you to. I won't be mean to you anymore, I promise.
I said no. There is not a chance I will let you use me again. You should let Emily stay so that you have company. You don't have anyone else anyway.
Please, I don't have enough money to get by. There's no way I will survive with her.
I'm sure you will figure something out. I have nothing to do with you. But I am glad you kicked me out, because I finally got rid of you and can live peacefully with my family now. Unfortunately for Jenna, her daughter, Jobless, has been staying like a parasite. The last I've heard, the two live off on Jenna's very little pension money. After the final conversation I had with Jenna, she found out that Emily was also in debt. When Jenna began to receive reminders and notices in the mail, she freaked and reached out to us. By that time, we had already blocked her from contacting us. We recently heard she is still looking for us, asking our relatives about where we might be. Her poor neighbors can hear Jenna and Emily screaming at each other all day, and it's apparently every day. I'm sure Jenna is regretting that she made decisions based on her selfishness to want to live off of other people's money. I was shocked when she actually kicked me and my baby boy out, but I'm glad I was able to get away from her. I plan to live peacefully with my husband and son, without ever seeing her again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Colin? I just heard from Mom. Apparently you're gonna be living at her place for a little while?
So what if I am?
She said you showed up outside the house with all your belongings without even so much as a phone call to let her know you were coming. Don't you think you're being just a little selfish here? You could have at least asked first.
Get off my back, Jane. I had no choice. I got a letter saying the apartment block my room was in was set to be demolished. They basically told me to get out on a moment's notice. What else was I supposed to do?
Wow, really? Surely they gave you some compensation or provided you with some kind of temporary accommodation if you had to leave straight away.
Sure, I am getting a payout, but that doesn't mean I could just snap my fingers and find somewhere else to stay right away. They didn't offer me any accommodation, so I'm on my own. I'm just staying at Mom's as a stopgap while I get back on my feet. What's the problem with that? Isn't this what family are for?
I guess it does make sense to stay with Mom if that's the case. But still, you should have asked for her permission first, or at least told her you were coming. You haven't been in touch with her for years, and suddenly you just show up outside her house with all your stuff? No matter which way you look at it, it's not fair on her. I heard you got married, too?
Yep, I got married last year.
What was her name again? Yasmin? My jaw almost hit the floor when Mom told me. Why didn't you tell me? I know we've never been that close, and we don't have to speak all the time, but you could have at least dropped me an update on the most important day of your life.
It's easy to say that, but it hasn't been easy for me to keep in touch with you guys. Dad said he was done with me and cut me out of his life. He told me to never bother you guys again. Remember?
That's because you got up to your ears in gambling debt and pulled a vanishing act after the debt collector started showing up at our house demanding money. It's hardly surprising he'd want you gone from his life after pulling a stunt like that.
But Dad's dead now. I thought now would be a good time for me to come back.
You didn't even show up at his funeral.
He cut me out of his freaking life. What was I meant to do? Show up and pretend everything was hunky-dory? Listen, Jane. My pride's taking a hit with everything that's going on right now. I'm not exactly enjoying coming running back to Mommy for a place to stay. But look at it from my perspective. I had nowhere else to go. What's the problem? It's not like I'm causing you any trouble. It doesn't even affect you.
But it's okay for you to cause Mom trouble?
Mom's really thoughtful and kind. She won't see it that way. So it's fine.
You're not the one who gets to decide whether it's fine or not.
Jeez. You make it sound like I'm forcing her to put me up for nothing in return.
And I hope you're not. I hope you're at least going to contribute to the basic living expenses.
I'm not going to help out monetarily. But Mom asked me if I helped sort through some things. So I'm going to contribute to the household by doing that instead. She said she wanted me to sort out all the stuff he left behind in his will. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of stuff away. You know, like ancient chests of drawers, ornaments, stuff like that. Mom's house isn't exactly Buckingham Palace. And she said she wants to replace some of her old furniture soon. So we're going to need the space.
If Mom says that's what she wants, I have no objections. But you better not cause her any trouble, Colin. I mean it. She's not as young as she used to be, and the last thing she needs is a bunch of extra stress after losing Dad. Not only that, but I hear your wife's gonna be moving in with you too.
Mom's kind and friendly. I'm sure her and Yasmin will be getting along like a house on a fire before we know it.
What does Yasmin think about moving in with her mother-in-law? Wasn't she against the idea? I know it might only be short-term, but living with the mother-in-law isn't exactly at the top of most people's list of priorities.
Yasmin's carefree and easygoing. She takes whatever life throws at her with a spring in her step and a smile on her face. She's just grateful we're going to have a place to stay. She knows we're in no position to be picky.
I see. Well, I'm pleased she's being so open-minded about the whole thing. She sounds like a good egg. Look after Mom while you're with her, okay, Colin? I'm counting on you. I don't want you taking advantage of her kind, trusting nature.
Jeez, sis, what do you take me for? It's not like that. Mom's done a lot for me. And I see this as an opportunity to show her how grateful I am to have her. Take a chill pill, okay? Rest assured, I'm not plotting any evil schemes like you seem to think I am. Mom's gonna be fine. In fact, she'll be better off having us around.
Colin, Mom says you still haven't moved out of her house.
Yep. We can't find anywhere else to stay.
You know full well Mom told you to hurry up and find somewhere else ASAP. You said yourself staying with her was only supposed to be a stopgap while you got back on your feet.
Yeah, what the hell? She told us to get out. She's being so horrible to us. You'd think she'd be over the moon to be reunited with her beloved son after all this time. Not only that, but she should be grateful to have my amazing wife around the house to brighten the place up.
You may have forgotten this, but you guys aren't living with Mom because she wanted you to.
Sure, maybe not. But what kind of wife willingly volunteers to go and live with her mother-in-law these days? Mom doesn't know how lucky she is. Mom's health is deteriorating, and she can't walk as well as she used to. I don't know what's wrong with her. She should have more peace of mind with us there.
Obviously not if she's asking you to find somewhere else to live ASAP. Why is it so hard for you to just respect her wishes? She's her own person and she's used to living on her own. She doesn't have to want you there. Besides, you said it'd only be 2 months at most, which means you pretty much deceived her. It's only normal she'd be mad about that. You're lucky Dad isn't around to see this. It's been 3 months already.
It's not my fault. We can't find any nice houses. What am I supposed to do? Live in some crappy beat-up old bungalow? Would you be happy then?
She's doing you a favor, Colin. You're hardly in any position to be picky. If living in an old bungalow is what it takes to respect Mom's wishes, then that's what you should do. Oh yeah, and how could I forget? I hear you've been selling Mom's belongings without permission? What the hell is wrong with you? You have no right to do that.
It's called cleaning up. Mom's the one who asked me to do it.
No, she asked you to get rid of things she didn't want, not sell things she has.
God, will you just shut up already? You're so annoying. Why you gotta be on my case all the time? Back off!
I will not back off because you don't listen to a word Mom says.
Even if I don't, what does it have to do with you? It's not like I'm causing any trouble. You just enjoy sticking your nose in, don't you?
Believe me, I'd be ecstatic if I never had to engage with you again, but unfortunately, you've reinserted yourself into our lives and don't seem to know when to take a hint. You've got some nerve to act like your behavior doesn't affect me. Who was it who had to help pay off all your debts back then? It was me, wasn't it, Colin?
Oh yeah, good point. Thanks for that.
If you feel even an ounce of genuine gratitude for that, then you'll start listening to Mom and doing what she says. You didn't even visit her in hospital when she collapsed last year. You only want anything to do with her when there's something in it for you. Are you working?
Yeah, of course I am.
That's funny, because Mom said it doesn't seem like you have a job at all.
Mom wouldn't understand even if I told her. I quit my old company and work from home now.
Freelance?
Yep. It might look like I'm unemployed because I'm at home all day. But it's not like that at all. People from her generation just don't seem to get that people work in all sorts of different ways now. Will you explain to her for me? That working from home is a thing nowadays? She'll listen to you.
I'm sure she understands that without needing to hear it from me.
I tried to tell her. She seems to have a vague idea what it means. But I don't think the penny dropped yet.
So what industry are you in?
Why do I need to tell you that?
I thought you wanted me to explain it to Mom.
Jeez, what do you want? My autobiography? You'll need to go into specifics. Just give her the gist so she gets off my back about finding work.
Excuse me?
God damn, you're annoying sometimes. You insist on getting involved at every turn despite the fact you don't even live with us. I'm so glad you're not here. My life would be a living hell. Not to mention Yasmin. She'd probably end up getting bullied.
I wouldn't have to get involved if you listened to Mom, would I? If you didn't act like a 5-year-old kid, I wouldn't have to act like your minder. You pull a vanishing act after palming off your gambling debts on us, then conveniently reappear the moment you're in trouble. Is it any wonder I'm being like this?
What's the problem? It doesn't affect you. Wait. You don't think I'm going to make a move on the house or something, do you?
No, I don't think you'd do that.
What's the issue then? Chill out and quit whining. How about showing a little gratitude to me and my amazing wife for being kind enough to move in with our lonely aged mother? You should just enjoy married life with your husband in your own house and keep your nose out of mine and Mom's business. You're hardly a saint yourself, are you? You and him could have moved in with Mom to look after her as her health deteriorated, but obviously you didn't want to.
Because she's still independent enough that she doesn't need us to... yet. Believe me, we'll be there for her when the time comes.
Oh, will you now?
Let's face it, you sure as hell won't be.
Damn it, sis! Will you just cut me some slack already? It's not like I wanted to go off the radar like that before. I just... didn't have a choice, you know? I feel hella guilty about the whole debt thing. I was hoping to make it up to Mom by moving in with her.
If you feel guilty about what you did, then wonderful. So you should. But seriously? You planned on making it up to her by moving in with her without her permission and staying way longer than you said you would. You have a strange definition of atonement. She'd be better off living on her own than with you and your wife. You know how kind our mom is. She'd do anything for anyone. Why can't you be the same? Why won't you consider how she feels about all this?
I do consider that. I do.
If you really do, then you'll respect her wishes and hurry up and find somewhere else to live. You're a pair of grown adults. You can't rely on your aged mother forever. Stop being so selfish. Hello, dear. Sorry I couldn't answer the phone. Is everything okay? Mom, you're out right now, right? Yes, I had some important business to attend to. I'm not at home at the moment. Oh, you're not at the house, are you? Yes, or rather, I was at the house just now. What the hell's going on there? I was so shocked. Why has your bedroom been converted into a storage room? Oh, well, you see, your brother and his wife said they needed to put a few of their things in there. Before I knew it, it looked like that. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, they told me I had to get out for a little while. Ugh, those two are taking over your house like it's their freaking God-given right. How dare they? My brother and his wife are out of control. Are you really going to let them get away with this? I gave them a piece of my mind when I was there, but they told me to get lost and kicked me out. You need to get rid of them as soon as you can, like right now if possible. I was thinking of trying to get them to leave. But it's fine. Don't worry. This ends today. Huh? This ends today? What does? Yes, it ends today. What do you mean? Listen, Jane, the thing is, there's something I haven't told you. I didn't want to tell you earlier, but it was difficult because of Colin and his situation. Where are you now, by the way? I'm parked up in the car at Peeps Donuts near your house. I drove here after those two idiots gave me my marching orders. I bought myself a cup of coffee and some triple chocolate donuts, which I'm currently angrily munching on to stop myself from going back there and brutally murdering them both. I see. I'm sorry you had to go through that, dear. Do you have some time? I want to tell you about my plan. Your plan? What plan? Sure, I have time. Please, whatever you do, don't tell me it involves letting those two asshats stay with you, not even for a second longer. Oh, I'm sorry I swore, Mom. I'll try to calm down. It's okay, dear. Don't worry. I might look like a pushover, but believe me, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've made my decision. Besides, didn't I just tell you that this all ends today? I decided to sell the house.
Hey, sis, you know where Mom is?
Why? What do you want with her?
Forget that. Just tell me where she is. It's like she vanished.
What did you expect? You commandeered her bedroom as your own personal storage area and regulated her to living in a freaking cupboard. You promised you'd only be there a couple of months, but way overstayed your welcome and started acting like you owned the place. No one in their right mind would put up with that. Don't tell me you're surprised she reached her wit's end and decided she wanted out.
Blah, 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 blah. I didn't ask you any of this crap, Jane. Just show up and tell me where she is already. We have a serious problem here. A bunch of workmen just showed up saying they're here to demolish the house.
Yep, Mom sold it.
Huh? She sold the house?
Yep.
And you knew?
Yep, she told me a little while ago.
That bitch. She tricked us.
Wow. Just wow. Colin, your disrespect towards our mother never ceases to amaze me. You do know the house belonged to her, right? It was hers to do with what she wanted.
Maybe so, but this is crossing the line. Me and my wife still live here. But she told me we had to get out this month.
What's the problem? It was only ever supposed to be short term. You're the one who promised you would be gone almost 2 months ago.
Things change. We plan on carrying on living with Mom indefinitely.
Living with her indefinitely? After taking possession of her house and forcing her to live in a cupboard after converting her bedroom into your own personal storage area?
It's not like we planned on having her live in the cupboard forever. We were just going to get rid of the stuff in her room. We just been so busy we didn't get round to it. The plan was to get rid of all the useless old junk that was piled up, renovate the house, and have her bedroom transformed into a queen's palace so she could live happily ever after in. The whole cupboard thing was just supposed to be a temporary arrangement.
If someone had to live in the cupboard, it should have been you and your wife. Why should Mom have to be kicked out of her bedroom in her own house?
Yasmin's scared of bugs. I mean, come on, Jane. I can hardly make my wife live in a cupboard.
You had no issue making your mom live in there. If you're gonna lie, at least make it believable, you selfish jerk.
Gah! I'm not lying! Get off my back already!
So how did you intend to pay for this grand renovation project of yours?
Well, we're saving up now.
Bull, you're not saving up at all, are you? I know you were trying to get your grubby mitts on Mom's money. You pitched her this wonderful idea of renovating the place and turning it into somewhere fancy and modern so you could all live together happily in.
Sure, but what's wrong with that? She'd get to live in it too. I only asked her to contribute a little. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, you made her live in the cupboard because she said no to your renovation idea. Does your greed and selfishness know no bounds? How low do you have to stoop before you'll be satisfied? You throw Mom's kindness right back in her face. I wish she didn't believe you when you told her you wanted to use moving in together as an opportunity to make up for all that crap you pulled with the debt.
Jane, please, I need a favor. Will you call Mom for me? I want to apologize for everything.
No chance. I won't tell her anything unless she tells me she wants to hear from you.
We're not going to have anywhere to live in a few days at this rate.
Not my problem. Clean up your own mess.
We don't have any money. We can't even afford to rent a place.
What does that have to do with me or Mom? How would me calling her change that? You want her to lend you money, don't you?
We're getting booted out of the house on a moment's notice. Surely that's the least she could do for us.
Did you take over paying the living expenses when you regulated Mom to the cupboard?
Why would we do that? She was still in the same house. It's not like she didn't have a roof over her head.
Ah, I see. So you'll be happy as long as you have a roof over your heads then? Well, it just so happens there are tons of abandoned houses in Indiana. Take your pick. You could squat in any one of them for the grand total of $0. Why not just do that? Think about it, it's perfect. You'd have that all-important roof over your head after all. It shouldn't be a problem since you work from home, right?
So Jane, the thing is, I'm unemployed.
Right, of course you are. So it was exactly as Mom said all along then.
Huh?
Mom knew damn well you were a jobless bum all along. You had a convenient pack of lies about being self-employed and working from home, ready for whenever she called you out on it. But she was the one covering all of the living costs the whole time, despite having 2 working-age adults living with her.
What the hell? You kidding me? She scheduled the house for demolition knowing I wasn't working?
Do you seriously think you're in any position to complain? You made her live in a cupboard and took over her house. You disgust me so much it's hard to believe we're even related.
Jane, please. How are me and Yasser supposed to get by now? I'm serious. We're going to be homeless. Either tell me where Mom is or give us some money.
No chance. I pick neither.
Please! I'll change my ways. I'll get a job. I'll work hard. I'll bring in tons of money. I'll pay for the house all by myself. I'll never cause you any problems again. I swear. I'll even pay you back the money you put towards getting me out of debt. All of it. So please, I'm begging you. I'm a married man, you know. I have a wife to think about now. What kind of husband lets his wife live on the streets? Could you really sleep at night knowing we're begging for money from strangers and rummaging through the garbage just to fight off starvation?
Yes, soundly in fact. In fact, the thought alone brings a smile to my face. If you don't understand already, let me make this crystal clear. I couldn't care less what happens to either of you. You're not the only one who's been pissing me off this whole time, you know. Your freeloading wife shares just as much of the responsibility for everything Mom's been through. She never lifted a finger around the house, and in spite of the fact you forced Mom to live in a cupboard, Yasmin made her do all the cooking and cleaning on top of it. What the hell is wrong with her? You're both cruel, manipulative, selfish wastes of space. And you're perfect for each other. I hope you burn in hell together.
The only reason Yasmin didn't help out around the house is because I said she didn't have to.
And why wouldn't she have to? She was living there for free. Whether you told her that or not, if she didn't see anything wrong with it, she is just as bad as you. Anyone with a conscience would have insisted on helping.
Jane, I'm sorry. Me and my wife treated Mom awfully. I'll never cause her trouble again. I swear on my life, I'll never cause you or Mom any trouble ever again. I'll be the perfect brother and son from now on. Just please find it in your heart to forgive me. And can I have some money too? Even just a little is fine. Every little helps.
I'm never giving you a single cent of money or helping you in any way, shape, or form again for as long as I live. Mom and I have had it with you. I'm amazed we even managed to put up with you for as long as we did. We've decided to cut you out of our lives once and for all. She sold the house, which means you don't have a home anymore, at least not with her. You should be pleased. This means you'll be literally incapable of causing us trouble ever again. After that, Mom heard from a neighbor that a terrified-looking Colin and Yasmin were seen rushing their belongings out of the house 2 minutes before the demolition was scheduled to begin. It seems like they thought the workmen wouldn't start work on the demolition process with them still in the house. But little did they know, half by way of intimidation, Mom gave the project to her friend who runs a construction company and told them to begin work irrespective of whether the unwelcome guests were still in the house. When the bulldozer appeared and they realized the house was getting knocked down whether they were inside it or not, they panicked, hastily putting their things together and making their escape. My brother tried calling me countless times after that, but I'd run out of patience for him a long time ago, and ignored him every time. We haven't spoken or met since. He barraged me with messages desperately begging for help on the day of the demolition, but I left them all on read. I blocked him when I realized my phone vibrating from his incessant attempts at getting through to me was expending my battery. I have no idea where my brother and his wife are or what they're doing these days. But we haven't had any ominous phone calls from the cops, which leads me to believe they're probably still alive and kicking somewhere. Having no way of contacting us and not knowing where we live, me or my mom will most likely never see them again. Even if, by some unfortunate stroke of luck, we do happen to run into them, we most definitely won't be offering any assistance. Mom ended up moving into a nice new-build apartment with the money from selling the house. It's really close to mine and my husband's neighborhood, which means we get to see each other a lot more than we used to. I guess it's just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. Apparently the reason my mom didn't boot Colin and his wife out the moment they showed up was because she thought she could help him turn his life around. Needless to say, she realized that was futile when they made her live in a cupboard. If you ask me, he deserved everything he got after so cruelly betraying Mom's kindness like that. After the dust had settled, Mom cracked a smile and said she didn't regret a thing while we were chatting over a cup of coffee. But I suspect she might have been putting on a brave face. You see, I know how sweet and kind she is, and I'd be surprised if she wasn't at least a little bit hurt over what my good-for-nothing younger brother did to her. As for me, I'll never stop letting her know how important she is to me. My mom's getting old these days, and her health isn't what it used to be. To tell you the truth, I don't know how much time we have left together. But one thing's for sure. I plan on making the most of every last moment by making tons of amazing, joy-filled memories. And being there to support her no matter what, no questions asked, and nothing expected in return.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.